Hey guys, I have a really great tip for you on how to lose weight. A lot of people, unfortunately, the biggest problem with weight loss is getting started, number one, and then number two, staying actually committed once you do get started. But I found that a lot of times people really can't get started because they think it's going to be too difficult or too hard or too costly and so forth. And so I want to give you a little quick tip on how to actually start the process of losing weight on a gentle journey. And then what I found out, this trick really does work because when you start something small, it's a lot easier when you start feeling good and start seeing the results to start going bigger. And so one of the things that what I would recommend is you do, since intermittent obviously fasting does work, why does it work? It's the concept as simple as this, is that throughout the day, you're not gonna, if there's a smaller window of food that you can eat, if there's a smaller feeding window, you're typically gonna have a lot less calories. And so what I have found out that works very well for me and for my patients that just, can't get over the fence or they're on the fence and they don't want to start something, this is a real easy way for them to start, is number one, go 12 hours. Number two is do it at nighttime. It's really easy. So I eat till 12 o'clock at nighttime, and then I won't eat until 12 o'clock noontime the next day. And then I found out that the more consistent I am with that, the easier it actually is to start, staying on that intermittent fasting. And then in addition to that is that, some people that say do really well with 14 hours or 16 hours or 17 hours where they find out that their sweet spot of how long they need to fast for. But you got to keep this in mind is that depending on how much you're training, if you're training hard like I do, I'm doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Muay Thai, playing basketball with college kids. So there's a lot of stuff I'm training, and depending on the activity level that I'm doing, in addition to seeing all the patients that I do, physically and moving, all those things can have an effect on how long I need to intermittent fast. So you think about that for yourself, like what is your activity level? If you're sedentary, if you're on a computer all day long, if you're not moving much, or you might be out there with those kind of jobs that you're constantly on the physical go. And so, 12 hours may be more than sufficient for you. Now, the big thing is that, is the reason why we like intermittent fasting so much, because that all the longevity studies and what they've consistently shown is that when we are fasting, insulin doesn't go up. And so when you're fasting, insulin doesn't go up. All that consistently has been shown to be not only anti-aging, but has helped people, live longer and look younger and so forth. At least in animal studies or mice, they've seen it consistently that the mice are living longer and are healthier. But I've just anecdotally, I've seen that, in my patients as well as myself, that I just feel better, look better, and lighter, and I have just more energy. So what I would suggest for you is if that you are struggling and you need to lose weight, let's just face it, we all could lose a little bit of extra, weight around the belly and so forth. A great way to start is just do it at nighttime. Eat till late. Now, I know some of you guys are thinking that, I was told that, eating late is bad for me. Hey, it's all about the window. I found out it's not about how late you eat. I found out personally it's all about the window of when you eat. And so if you're eating late and then you don't eat, if you eat like I did, like 12 o'clock at night and then you don't eat till 12 the next day, it's a much smaller window. And the nice thing about it all, you're sleeping for most of the time. So you got no excuse, and then what's nice is this gentle journey. Once you begin and you start feeling better and you start getting more energy and you start, losing some weight, then it's easier to start pushing the envelope a little bit and go a little further. But initially, you just want to get a little bit more results. So that's just a great little technique that I found out that works. Things sometimes that work really well are not that hard. And so don't make it hard. But you got to get started. All right, guys, take care.